It's been almost 1 month since I got the CMF Phone 2 Pro by nothing. The phone has definitely exceeded my expectations, and you will know why in this video. The unboxing experience was pretty good as we get all the needed accessories in the box. The phone has a very nice soft matte finish, we get dual tone finish and some screws for attaching external accessories. Overall, the build quality is nice and solid and not too heavy. The buttons are clicky and there's an additional essential button which has a different glossy finish. The placement is quite confusing and you will press it quite frequently instead of the power button. A SIM slot at the bottom can house either two SIMs or one SIM and SD card. The display is quite impressive. Firstly, cause the bezels are symmetrical, which makes a lot of difference. We have an in-display fingerprint scanner, which is fast and responsive. I have been using it at 120Hz and haven't faced any weird lags or stuff in the user interface. Since it's the latest Nothing OS 3, which is quite polished and optimized, and that is visible here. However, what I don't understand is why there is no AMOLED-like dark mode. It's always dark gray, and also the always-on display isn't customizable, and it only shows a lock screen clock and widgets. The display supports HDR videos in YouTube, but not in Netflix. Check out the display and sound quality of the speakers. As you heard, it's a single down-firing speaker, but they get pretty loud. The problem isn't with listening to music or ringtones, but when gaming on speakers, it's just not as fun, as you're at a strategical disadvantage. And the display is plenty bright even outdoors, just make sure to enable the auto brightness. Now the software, as I mentioned earlier, is quite polished and delight to use. If you compare it with something like Oxygen OS, then it definitely lags behind in terms of aesthetics and looks, mainly because of the blur and the animations. But for stock lovers, this is absolute gold as we get few customization options like the widgets, the folders, the quick toggles and etc. Make sure to check out my hidden features videos for more tips and tricks. The essential button isn't for everyone, but it does what it's meant for. Wish we could use it as a shutter button or for torch or something. While gaming, we also have the gaming mode overlay which has options for pop-up calling, brightness lock, do not disturb etc. So thankfully we get the Google Play Games gaming dashboard to monitor FPS, which is quite awesome. Good news is that with the new BGMI update, 120 FPS mode is now back, which is quite amazing. I've done multiple gaming tests and the phone doesn't lag or overheats, provided you play at recommended graphics settings. On Antutu, it scores around 650K. It isn't terrible. However, due to the UFS 2.2, the games may take longer to open up and you may feel the transfer speed are slower than say UFS 3.1 phones. Another aspect that surprised me was the camera. The 50 megapixel main camera takes good looking pictures with good dynamic range and details. There wasn't much over sharpening happening in the pictures. The same is the case with the 50MP telephoto camera. It's best for taking portraits as the background bokeh is pretty on point. Surprisingly, you can take close-up pics of subjects like flowers, leaves, etc. and they look quite amazing as well. The camera UI is fluid with no visible lags when switching lenses. You can zoom up to 20x using the telephoto. However, it is only good for watching birds or something. The 8MB ultra wide is good for perspective but lacks details. You can record up to 4K 30fps and Full HD 60fps videos from the main camera and the telephoto, but sadly no videos from the ultra wide. The stabilization of videos are pretty good even though it lacks OIS. You can record videos up to Full HD 60fps from the front camera. The selfie also has good details and okay dynamic range. Lastly, the 5000 mAh battery has been quite good as well. The battery backup averaging between 6 to 7 hours, and during heavy gaming it lasted for 5+ hours. And in my gaming video you can see the battery drop isn't that much during gaming sessions. The provided 33-watt charger can charge the phone from 20 to 100% in about 1 hour. So basically, except the single speaker and UFS 2.2, which isn't that much of a deal breaker, The CMF Phone 2 Pro makes a great all-rounder phone under 20k. We get premier build, software experience plus good camera system. What do you think? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.